Hello, this is just a short tutorial on how to solve a Rubik's Cube the easy way, which is what I would say. I'm not one of the guys that can solve it in 15 seconds or anything like that. I can solve it in about a minute, if I go fast. The way I solve it, it deals with layers. The top layer, which I'll do 3 different videos. The first is how to do the top layer, then the middle layer, then the bottom layer. There's a lot of algorithms out there, front 1, up 2, right 1, and those are hard to remember. It's a whole entire, it's like algebra, basically. You have to remember these long things. I do mine more by feel. Like, to me, dropping the edge, flick, bring it back up is easier than remembering, right 1. It's just more of a pattern, okay? It's very easy to remember, okay? So for the top layer, I usually do white because it's visible. And a lot of people solve white, but they don't solve the edges. You want to make sure that when you solve the layer, you get the complete layer, which means that the edges are lined up also. And how you can tell what a side's going to be is by the center cube. This side's obviously going to be white because the center is white. This is green, orange, blue, and so forth. So by that, you pretty much know that, a red and blue cube goes here. There's only one red and blue edge cube, and that's going to go here, as well as the white, red, blue corner piece is going to go here because that's the size. So knowing that, helps you, or is necessary for you to correctly place cubes. Okay, so the first thing I do with my top side is I get the famous cross, which means it's going to be white and red, white and blue, orange, and green. So the easy way to do it is if you can navigate it to the bottom with white in the bottom. Okay, so white and blue, just put it under it and then flip it all the way up. And you've got your white and blue. So if you can get it to the bottom, that's perfect. Here's one on the bottom, but it's not facing down, so that I can't flip up, because if I put that under green right here and I flip it up, obviously it's not going to be right? So in a case like this, if it's flipping facing you, if you can, put it alongside of it over here. Okay, rotate that side up, flick it up, which just kind of makes sense, it goes this way, and then put this side back in case you had your other piece there. So now I have 2 of them out of this cross, okay? I look for the rest of the pieces. Here's another one. I'm just going to put it to the bottom, move it over, put it back. Now I've got this red bottom piece right here. Put it underneath red, rotate it up twice, and red's done. Orange, I'll do the same thing. Bring it to the bottom, flick it over, bring this back so I don't mess it up. Put orange underneath where it goes, which is right here. Flick it up. Now I've got the cross, okay? Ignore this piece. This piece is in the wrong spot anyway. It doesn't matter. But what I've got is the cross. That's the first step into solving the top layer, okay? The next I just get the corners. And that's as simple as, let me find a nice piece for you here, okay? Ideally, they'd be in a scenario where they're kind of like this, okay? So I look at white, red, blue, and I know that goes here because there's only one white, red, blue corner. And that's it. So I put it underneath it. I rotate the edge, line it up, and bring the edge back. Okay? I do the same for this. This is green and orange. Goes here. Drop it, line it up, bring it back. Do the same for orange and blue. Only I drop it this way. And you can tell, if you do it wrong, you drop it this way, you flick, and it just looks wrong, right? You just kind of know, that you just get used to saying, okay, you don't have to know an algorithm or learn, if it's facing to the left, you go left one, this is the common sense part. This you just kind of go slow and be like, oh, okay, that's going to line up this way, see? And then I'll bring it back, okay? And the last piece, if it's facing down, what you do is you just put it underneath it. Okay, drop it like you normally would, only flick the bottom twice, and then bring it back up. Then move it underneath it, see? Then drop it again, line it up, and bring it back. Now I've solved the top layer, which means I've got the face, and the corresponding green, red, blue, and orange. So that's it. Next, we just solve for the middle layer.